everyone, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of SC Student Loan Speaks. My name is Destre Capers. I'm the Director of Marketing and Outreach here at South Carolina Student Loan. Today we have a very special guest with us. I'm excited to learn all things SuccessTeam, you guys. So we have the founder and CEO, Tim Behling, with us today. Thank you so much for being with us.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome. So I know you traveled in. How far did you travel in today?
Aiken, South Carolina.
Okay.
That's about 45 to 60 minutes.
Not too bad.
It's not bad at all.
Okay.
Depending on how fast you drive.
Well, we're not going to get that documented on today. Okay. So, Tim, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. So, born and raised in Aiken, South Carolina. I like to say that I'm a dreamer that turned into an adult that makes dreams possible. Somebody who cares about the community, somebody who cares about young people, somebody who cares about making a difference while also living the life that I always aspired to live.
Okay, so you're living the dream.
Living the dream.
You dreamt it, and now you're living it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so y'all need to follow him,
Yeah.
right? He has the blueprint. He has the blueprint. And you are the founder and CEO of SuccessTeam. Tell us a little bit about the history of SuccessTeam.
Absolutely. SuccessTeam, for definition purposes, is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that specializes in education and youth development. So really what that means is that we impact high school students primarily, and we dive into leadership development, college career readiness, community outreach, right? Soft skill development, self-awareness, all of those things to basically utilize those 4 pivotal years to get them ready for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for, as of now, 11 years.
Okay.
Right, 2025,
Congratulations.
we celebrated 10. Appreciate you. So now, we're looking at year 11 as our second chance of the year 1. As we continue to expand and launch.
Okay, awesome. So what I heard is like the students are already in high school. So they're already getting that academic education. They're doing, and I'm sure excelling in high school. You're adding the pieces that may be missing from some high schools to enrich them for their future.
Absolutely correct.
Like all those things that were like, they didn't teach us that in high school.
That's exactly the
what y'all
quote that
do.
we use, right?
Okay.
Because a lot of times, man, you'll graduate through high school, either be fully prepared for what you're walking into or not, right?
Correct.
And no matter how much you do throughout those times, right, you always graduate with, I wish I would have learned this.
Right.
So SuccessTeam as a whole, we believe in the concept of it still does take a village.
Right.
Right.
It does.
We're doing our part in the community to make sure our young people have a holistic experience.
I love that. So thinking about the past 10 years, right, and the impact that you've had on the community, and when I say community, I'm thinking the greater South Carolina,
Absolutely.
right? So what gap do you feel like SuccessTeam fills for our community?
I think that one thing that we really specialize in is giving our young people exposure to doing important things at an early age.
Okay.
Right? We like to share responsibility with them. We like to give them responsibility.
Right.
Right? We like to make sure that not only are they doing something that is good for them, but they know that it's something good outside of them as well. Right? Being able to experience greatness at a young age. I like to say that we don't really run into a lot of young people, whether you meet them, in the community, whether you meet them in your household. 9 times out of 10, a young person does want to aspire to do great things.
Right.
But there is an expiration date on whether or not they believe that they can. So the earlier you dive into allowing them to experience greatness and take responsibility for their actions, the better chance you got of building a leader who's going to make a difference.
Yeah, there is an expiration date on them believing that they can. That should be like a very long hashtag. That's good. You are the CEO and founder.
I am.
I see what you got going on there.
Proudly.
Okay. So what are the core values that guide leadership at SuccessTeam? Which means that they guide you as well.
They do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Excellence. Doing things at a high level. Right? Quality. Making sure that not only are we doing things, but we're doing it the right way. There's a difference.
Right.
Right? Of course. But then also being rooted in like self-awareness and togetherness, believing in something bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
So like the principles that we really instill into our young person is that not only is it important for you to know who you are, it's important for you to become a person that has a mission and a faith-based driven focus on doing something bigger than you.
Yeah. So all of this greatness is happening through and with SuccessTeam. So tell us about like where you all are located and who you actually serve.
Absolutely. That's the fun part.
Okay.
Right?
Let's get fun then.
Because we are currently based in Aiken, South Carolina.
Okay.
We serve the entire CSRA, right? Primarily grades 9th through 12th. So you can apply as early as your rising 9th grade year, current 8th graders.
Okay.
Okay. So high school students as a whole, once you are into the organization, you stay with us until you graduate.
Okay.
And even after you graduate, you evolve into the Alumni Association and you stay with us forever.
Right.
Right? The F word comes up a lot with SuccessTeam, and that's family.
Okay. I wasn't sure which one.
So we had to make sure we clarified that. And that just, family is forever.
Okay.
Right? I think what's cool about us now is that after 10 years of really ironing out the impact that we want to have, we're going into year 11 with the idea of expansion. So we are currently launching our Columbia, South Carolina chapter as we speak.
Okay. That's exciting. So you said an acronym that I'm not familiar with, and all of us that work in financial aid knows that we have lots of acronyms for everything. CSRA?
Absolutely. What? CSRA, Central Savannah River Area.
Oh.
Absolutely. So,
and I'm from South Carolina. I ain't know that.
Listen, if you're not down there by like the coastal area, then it gets a little wonky.
Okay.
But we're thinking about Aiken.
Okay.
We're thinking about Augusta, Georgia.
Okay.
We're thinking about Edgefield.
Yes.
We're thinking about North Augusta.
Okay.
Right? And those surrounding areas.
Okay.
Within that CSRA region.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I learned something new today. Hopefully y'all are as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you talked about the students and the essentially demographics that they could be in. These counties, these grade levels, but are there any like qualifications? Like, do these have to be like high flyers and high GPAs and already, or could these be at risk youth? Do they have to apply by themselves, or can someone nominate them or refer them? Like, what does that look like?
No, that's a great question. I think like demographically, there aren't any preliminary requirements for our young people, right? We don't necessarily base them based off of like their past or like what community that they're coming from or the household, really based off aspiration.
Okay.
So a lot of times it's a good mix. And whether you know it or not, when you come into the organization, that's the goal, to get you to that high achieving, aspirational young leader who can go off and fly into life.
Yeah.
Right? Them coming into the organization, we already know that there's a potential there, because you wouldn't be interested if you wasn't trying to achieve that.
Yeah.
So students actually apply themselves.
Okay, love that.
Parents will find us, of course, and apply for their young person.
We will.
Absolutely. But like, it's a good mix of, when we talk about a GPA requirement, we do like for you to have at least a 2.5, 2.8 to be considered for the organization. We've had young people secretly get in that were a little lower than that if need be. But the cool thing is that accomplishment-wise, all of our young people graduate with a 3.5 or higher.
Love that.
So sometimes you just need to have an open door to the exposure of the importance of education, and then becoming high achieving. Right, no matter what your background is, you'll get there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just being around that good energy.
Yeah. So you mentioned family, and family is forever. So I'm assuming you all get together to create this atmosphere of family.
Absolutely.
So what are they committing to when they say yes after being selected? Like, do they meet every month, every week? Like, what does that cadence look like?
Listen, you've done this before. That's a great segue question. That's a great segue question. So basically, the intake season is really about 90 days. Okay. Applications are open now. They open from November 16th to February 16th. Okay. Anybody within the ranges that we're actually operating programs can apply.
Okay.
So rising 9th through 12th graders can apply for the organization. Once you submit your application, you're going to go through the intake process. So we're going to look at that letter of recommendation that we asked for.
Okay.
Right. We're going to look at, that application that you submitted. Once that goes through our system, you're going to participate in an interview.
Yes, as they should.
As they should, right? So it's in person, on site, multi-person. The biggest thing that we're asking you is who you are and what your aspirations are. And if you can come in and deliver that basis, then you're going to be welcomed into the organization from that standpoint.
Gotcha.
From there, their orientation, the very first time where they're interacting within the ecosystem, is a 6-day overnight leadership academy held on a college campus.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
So they'll stay overnight with us for an entire week, right? We will dive into them getting to know themselves, them getting to know each other, right? And them getting to know the organization. After that week in June, every first and third Saturday on top of days that include being in outreach, college tours, volunteerism, or just things that they need to be a part of throughout the year.
Yeah. So it's a commitment.
It is.
It's a commitment
Absolutely.
over the next 4 or so years until you're forever family, and then you're in the alumni division of it.
Yeah.
And after 10 years, I'm assuming your alumni division is growing, and they are pouring back into the students that used to be them.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Absolutely.
And so are your alumni all in that area as well, or are they kind of spread out?
They've spread their wings.
Okay. But they come back.
And they come back.
Okay.
Absolutely. 9 times out of 10 throughout that summer, all of our interns are alumni.
Okay.
Right? Throughout the year, 9 times out of 10, all of our interns are alumni.
Yeah.
But our alumni base, just like when they were in the organization as a member, they're representing various communities, various households, various schools, various counties. Same thing when they graduate. We have over 20 plus colleges represented in our alumni association. We also have entrepreneurs, those that are enlisted in the military, right? And of course, those who are out into the workforce doing what they need to do to get life started.
Yeah. Okay, so 10 years, I didn't ask how many students you accept every year. I won't ask. I won't put the pressure on y'all, okay? Just know y'all need to apply. You can't do this without partnerships.
That's right.
So tell me a little bit about your partnerships and maybe what you're looking for in partnerships, because we don't know who's watching and who wants to partner with the great work that you all are doing.
Absolutely. Of course, the opportunity for sponsorships, partnerships are always a thing. One thing that we do like is not only to allow, funders to come in and help us continue with the mission, but we allow leaders of those organizations to come in and continue to empower young people. So like when you partner with us, not only can you fund, but you can volunteer. Right, we will allow certain internship opportunities and job shadowing opportunities to be a part. We will come and support the organization, on top of that as well. So depending on what the range is of that organization, that's something that we really lock into. You know, like even currently as we continue to expand across the state, our partnership, threshold is statewide.
I love that.
Right, so like it's really key for us to not only understand that the village can be outside of SuccessTeam too. But once you understand that making a difference in the life of youth is important, you're part of that ecosystem. Yeah,
you're part of the family at that point. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so you mentioned that y'all are in your 11th year. I can't remember the language you used, like your first year?
Yeah, absolutely. Year 11 is the second year one.
Second year one. Okay, so what does the future of SuccessTeam looks like? Like you were a dreamer, you're living the dream. Now you have another year one.
Yeah.
What does this dream look like 10 years from now?
I would say definition, structure, empowerment, and formalization is really, really key right now.
Okay.
Because of course, we're just as human as everybody else. When you first start something, you got to see what you're good at. And you got to get your experience. Like Tim Behling as a whole is somebody I take pride in. I've seen every day of SuccessTeam. That doesn't mean every day was A1.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that I was, at the level I am now, and I don't think that I'm done growing at all. But over the next, 3 to 5 years or so, what I do want to make sure that the organization is illustrating is that, there are other Tim Behlings. There are other leaders throughout our state, and they don't have to follow the same path that I did, but I would love for, those to look out of our organization to come from it, right?
Yeah.
I think it's super important for, us as an org to continue to stake our claim as an organization that builds leaders and leaders who go out and be fruitful in the world and make a difference in their community.
Yeah. So with that expansion that you were talking about previously, like you're looking to expand or in the process of expanding to the Midlands area, does that mean that the organization itself is growing? Like you are going to be looking for employees and people here in the Columbia area or wherever else you're looking to expand to kind of be the hub for those students there?
Absolutely. I think that the one thing that we are doing better at is being in 2 places at one time.
Okay.
And that means that you got multiple people who are representing the organization, representing leadership and impact, and being able to impact young people across the state. So Columbia is our first, second chapter that we're opening. So after that, we want to continue to go across the state.
Yeah.
I think every city, county student who is operating within our state deserves an opportunity to be a part of SuccessTeam.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue to go, across our state and hopefully reach a nationwide, impact with the org as a whole.
Yeah.
But yeah, people, of course, like our alumni, I think we got a couple of alumni that are on the clock to replace me anyway. In certain spaces, certain rooms. But I got a great team of program directors, program coordinators who have, invested just as much time as I do to making a difference in the lives of our youth.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. So if someone had to walk away with one statement, one concept, one idea of what SuccessTeam is and its impact, what would it be? What would you want them to walk away with?
SuccessTeam is an organization that builds leaders.
Period.
That's it.
Y'all heard it here.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's the fun part of the podcast that I like. What is one, maybe two, of your favorite success stories? And I know that's hard.
It is because I never want to leave anybody out, right? Like, I think success stories are important, and it tells the story of the org. I will say, as of today, since we on camera, right, one of the major success stories that I would like to mention is the fact that my barber is an alumni of the program. So, like, when it comes down to making sure that I'm camera ready, I go to a young man that I used to pour into. Now he making sure that the beard is nice and, hey, I'm as groomed as I can possibly can be.
That's important.
It is important. It is important. The other, I would say, overall, right, we have 100% graduation rate on time for our young people, on top of the 3.5 GPA, but then also just the fact that you can come into the organization and when you shake somebody with an S on the chest's hand, they could be an alumni of the program. They could be somebody from the community that has been with us for years, right? They could be an aspiring leader and this is their first day and they're learning about it. The fact that I myself was blessed with an opportunity and a dream to build something that other people want to be a part of, that means something to me.
Okay, that's awesome. So before I ask you my last question that I ask every guest, is there anything that you want to spotlight, highlight, talk about SuccessTeam that I haven't tapped into just yet?
I think that you've done a great job with asking questions. I just want to drive it home that SuccessTeam is coming to Columbia.
Oh, SuccessTeam is coming to Columbia.
Absolutely.
You heard it here first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this an exclusive?
It's an exclusive.
Okay.
The community knows, but in the area, people need to know about it.
All right. So that means students, partners, parents, y'all are going to have to tap in because SuccessTeam is doing great things where they currently are and they're wanting to expand up here. And we have amazing students, amazing schools, amazing communities. And so that means that we need y'all to believe in his dream, to make y'all's dream happen.
Absolutely.
Okay, final question. Lil Tim, back in the day.
Here back then.
Lil Tim back in the day, graduating from high school or graduating from college, what's one piece of advice you wish you had transitioning either into college or out of college?
Make sure that everything that you have an itch for, you go after.
Okay.
Right? Like, I think that back then, hesitation was a theme. In little Tim's life, right? To where he would think about things, he would have certain aspirations, he would probably even know he could be good at certain things, but that hesitation to pursue was sometimes there.
Okay.
And so like now, long days, early mornings, late nights, because we're not going to live that same life twice.
Okay.
And so like being able to make sure that you're going after, all the things that you think about, it's super important for a young person. And I would, if I could go back, I'd give that advice to myself.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's great. And I think you have built that into SuccessTeam by making sure that they are self-aware. Therefore, they can advocate for themselves in the spaces that they have access and privilege to.
Absolutely.
So that's amazing. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. Well, there you have it, another episode of SC Student Loan Speaks. And I hope you join us for the next one. Thanks so much.
Thank y'all.